Top of the news here at 5:30. Tom Golisano, the founder of Paychex and the former owner of the Buffalo Sabres, is investing tens of millions of dollars into our community. There are plans in place to convert the former Buffalo News building downtown into the Golisano Institute. It'll offer a 2-year professional certificate program in business and entrepreneurship, as well as a 1-year advanced certificate in AI and business.
We are now joined by Ian Mortimer, the president of the Golisano Institute, and Jim Denter, the executive vice president and Buffalo Regional Director. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, so the sign is on the building, I noticed already, and applications you are taking right now for fall start.
That's correct.
So how can people apply? I already looked and it was very easy.
Yeah, so GolisanoInstitute.org, go to the admissions page, and I would encourage students to look at the program pages, understand the curriculum, see the network of employers that Jim is building, and it'll be here before we know it.
Great.
So we're asking about sort of what this is at a foundational level. We talked about AI, we talked about business, we talked about entrepreneurship. Who is the perfect student for this institute, and who should be really paying attention that this now is going to be in our community?
Yeah, let me kick it off, and then I'll hand it over to Jim for his reflections on the Buffalo context. About 65% of our students come right out of high school, and so for them it's a substitute for maybe traditional college, more focused, more intentional around business and AI. But we also have about 20% that already have bachelor's degrees. And so for them, it's a way to kind of reskill and retool if they're not finding good access into the employment markets. And then a population that we find we care deeply about, now we care about all students, but there's 1.9 million New Yorkers who have some college, no degree. And for them, we're kind of another swing at life. And I find that population, is underserved generally. And what we do is get them into the job market, make a connection, build a social capital network for them, and it just really works well. But in general, we're a multi-generational institution.
Very good.
Our two keys really are that we really connect our students with trying to find a direction or enhance a theme that they might already have. So every Wednesday we don't have classes. We actually have a entrepreneur or business speaker that would come in and present their story. Nice. So our students are able to, and this is 40 times a year, so our students are able to kind of get a feel of maybe this might be a direction I want to go into. The second piece is after your 8th month, you start one of 3 internships. So again, now you're having a passion or a direction. Now we're trying to connect you with that local business, or in some cases, national, regional businesses that you can do those internship with.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is.
It's all about who you know,
Correct.
and that is what you guys are doing, that networking pretty much for these students. What is the placement afterward? Is it 100%? Is it 50%? How many people are really getting jobs after this?
We just graduated our first cohort this past August, and 100% found meaningful employment, or they're incubating a business. Wow. So about 10% are founders, and they're working on seed capital, finding revenue streams. But the majority of our students access the employment market.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about the investment? Because we have, for the past several months, been talking about businesses closing, restaurants closing in downtown Buffalo. Here we are, a major investment in a very large building with a very big footprint that a lot of people were wondering, when it was closing, what's going to happen with this behemoth? And here now we have a huge use for it. Talk about that investment in downtown Buffalo, because not a lot of people are doing that right now.
Go ahead, Jim.
Well, the capital investment, is substantial, probably about over $30 million. But the bigger investment is the endowment of discounting the tuition to the students. So our annual tuition is $8,800 before any scholarships. And so our goal is not to put our students in debt. Right, that's the better way to get a career started, when you have money to spend on other things besides student loans. So that's a key component. So I would say that we like the downtown area. We're closer to our businesses. That Inner Harbor area is just an exceptional area for student activity. So we're really excited. It's a fun building to renovate, and we're really looking forward to people getting in the building next September and seeing what we're going to do to it.
Awesome. Let me ask a little bit more about that. My husband used to work there at that Buffalo News location. It has been an icon, really, in the Western New York area, not just the city of Buffalo. What are you doing to the building, and exactly why was that the location of choice? I would love to hear from Ian on that, too.
Yeah, I'll start, and then Jim. So we chose it for a couple of reasons. One was good mentorship from Jim and Larry Quinn, who I'm sure you know through Buffalo Sabre circles, and we wanted it to be accessible to students. So the train line goes right next to our door, which is very important. But to Jim's point, the banking epicenter is right there. Delaware North is right there. There's all kinds of business activity. And for many students, you have to see it to believe it. And so if we were a little bit out in the suburbs or not in an environment from which our students can be inspired by business activity, it would have been an opportunity cost. And then the other part of it is that we want to be a part of this Buffalo Renaissance. And if we were out in the suburbs, I don't think we could make that claim.
Love that.
So on the first floor, for those that used to work in the building or used to visit the building, it's going to be our forum. That's where we have our Wednesday speaker series, Speaking from Experience. And that can seat up to 500 to 600 people in an auditorium setting. Now we can convert that to an event center for lunches and dinners for businesses or not-for-profits. So the space is going to be really accessible to most of the community as we get it ready.
That's great. All right, so classes are launching this fall. Folks can go online. Let's say we're kind of tossing around the idea and going back and forth. At what point or how late? Too late to apply? I mean, should people be applying now for September? Could they wait until July or maybe August?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So they absolutely can apply now. We would encourage it. We don't want to get too big too fast. And so one of the things that we're going to try and do is temper it down to have 100 students this fall. And so it will be a little bit first come, first serve. I don't think there's going to be, a closure in, March or April. But for those who are interested, I would do two things. One, come to Rochester and see the action and the energy that we have in our Rochester Campus Center. Understand what we do. And then if you like it, what you see, then, apply for the fall here in Buffalo.
All right, what's the website?
Golisanoinstitute.org.
Excellent.
Very good.
Yeah.
Ian, Jim, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for joining
Appreciate it.
us. And
Thank you.
thank you for revamping a
Yes.
building downtown. We love to see that. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Good job.